In a world of con artists, criminals, and morally bankrupt lawyers, the most dangerous player wasn't the one cooking meth in an RV or the cartel's calculating enforcer. It wasn't even Saul Goodman himself. No, the true fixer, the one who could navigate impossible situations and bend reality to her will, was wearing sensible heels and a ponytail. Kim Wexler didn't just solve problems. She dismantled them at their foundation, rewrote the rules, and walked away with everyone believing it was their idea. While Jimmy McGill stumbled through schemes and Walter White relied on violence, Kim perfected something far more terrifying: competence mixed with just enough moral flexibility to get things done. This is why Kim Wexler was always the ultimate fixer. When we think of fixers in the Breaking Bad universe, we think of Mike Ehrmantraut, the grizzled ex-cop who could disappear bodies, intimidate witnesses, and handle messy situations with cold efficiency. Or we think of Saul himself, fast-talking his way out of impossibilities with duct-tape solutions and legal loopholes. But here's what makes Kim different. While those fixers operated in the shadows of legality, Kim worked in broad daylight. She fixed problems by being so extraordinarily good at her job that she made the impossible seem routine. Consider her handling of the Mesa Verde banking case. When Chuck McGill sabotaged Jimmy's work and stole the client from under him, Kim didn't accept defeat. She walked into a meeting armed with nothing but preparation and precision, and convinced a regional bank to switch law firms midstream. That's not luck. That's someone who understands that fixing problems isn't about tricks. It's about being undeniable. She built her reputation one meticulous brief at a time, creating a foundation so solid that when she needed to pull off the impossible, people simply believed in her capacity to deliver. But Kim's true genius as a fixer revealed itself not in the courtroom, but in her schemes with Jimmy. Watch how she operates during their cons, and you'll see something remarkable. Where Jimmy improvises and charms, Kim plans and executes. She approaches scams the way a surgeon approaches an operation, with preparation, precision, and an understanding of exactly where to make the cut. Take the plan to discredit Howard Hamlin. This wasn't Jimmy's chaotic energy given form. This was Kim's architectural mind designing something intricate and devastating. She mapped out every variable, anticipated every response, and constructed a scheme so elaborate it required manipulating timelines, photographs, and human psychology itself. The tragedy of that plan's consequences doesn't diminish the sheer competence of its execution. Kim understood what most fixers never grasp. The best solutions don't look like fixes at all. They look like inevitability. The moment Kim Wexler truly proved herself as the ultimate fixer came in the most unlikely scenario imaginable, staring down Lalo Salamanca. Here was a trained cartel operative, a man who'd killed without hesitation, holding her and Jimmy at gunpoint. Mike was in hiding. The law couldn't help. Violence was suicide. This was the kind of situation where conventional fixers fail because there's no angle, no play, no solution. And Kim, she talked her way out. Not with Jimmy's fast-talking desperation, but with calculated honesty wrapped in strategic presentation. She understood what Lalo needed to hear, what would redirect his paranoia away from them and toward his actual enemies. In those moments, with a gun pointed at her, Kim demonstrated what separates a true fixer from everyone else: the ability to find leverage where none exists. She turned her own apparent powerlessness into credibility, her fear into focus, and walked Lalo Salamanca out of their apartment through sheer force of will and strategic thinking. What truly elevates Kim as the ultimate fixer is something uncomfortable to acknowledge. Her moral flexibility was more dangerous than Jimmy's because it was more controlled. Jimmy slipped into Saul Goodman through weakness and rationalization. Kim made choices. Cold, calculated choices about when the rules mattered and when they didn't. She could spend all day crafting perfect legal arguments for banking clients, then spend the evening destroying a man's reputation through elaborate deception. She compartmentalized in a way that even Mike would recognize as professional. This is what made her so effective. Fixers need to operate in gray areas, but they can't live there permanently or they become unreliable. Kim could step into moral ambiguity, accomplish what needed to be accomplishing, and step back out. She understood consequences and chose to accept them, at least until she couldn't anymore. Perhaps the most profound evidence of Kim's abilities as a fixer is the most heartbreaking one. She was the only character who successfully fixed herself. Not through denial like Walt, not through reinvention like Jimmy, but through genuine accountability. After Howard's death, Kim performed the most difficult fix of all. She extracted herself from the life she'd built, confessed her crimes, and faced consequences. She couldn't live with what she'd become, so she dismantled that version of herself with the same precision she once applied to legal cases and elaborate cons. Most fixers in this universe either died or remained trapped in their roles. Mike died serving Gus. Jimmy became Saul, became Gene, and spiraled until prison. Kim walked away. She found the one thing even Mike couldn't find, an exit. And she did it the hardest way possible, through truth. Kim Wexler was always the ultimate fixer because she understood what others didn't. Fixing isn't about having all the answers. It's about being competent enough to find them, flexible enough to adapt, and strong enough to execute. She could navigate corporate law and criminal cons with equal facility. She could face down cartel killers and corporate boards. And when the ultimate problem became herself,